Good afternoon. My name is Lucy Jones. I'm one of the principal directors in Richmond Public Schools. Before my colleague Cassandra speaks about our next steps, I just wanted to first thank you, Valerie, and thank you, Cassandra, for inviting me on this Y&I journey. It has truly been amazing, and I am inspired from having conversations with the teacher fellows and just learning about their educational and their professional journeys, coupled with their personal experiences and how it has shaped them as teacher leaders, is amazing. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, every educator in this room. It is a lonely job, but I want you to know that you are truly, truly making an impact, and you don't hear it enough. But I want you to know that I'm very thankful for the work. It's hard work, but I call it heart work. You all are all inspiring to me. And to the stars of the show, our students who presented yesterday with such clarity and a depth of knowledge and confidence, standing in front of a group of professionals. And I kept crying, and I said, who behind me has an onion? And they're cutting it because the tears just keep flowing. But I just had a sense of pride and a sense of joy and a deep desire for every child that I come in contact with to have this experience, to have this depth of knowledge. So Y&I, you have my support. Valerie, you have my support. I'm going to go back to Richmond and in my small role as principal director, do all that I can to continue to move the work along so that it can be more impactful for more of our teachers and an impact on more of our children. So again, thank you all.
So I think she said it all. So I won't be before you long. My name is Cassandra Bell, and I have the great pleasure of serving Richmond City Public Schools as the Director of Curriculum and Instruction. This is my second opportunity to be here, and I will tell you, it was just as rewarding, maybe even more so, right? I got to connect with so many of you. It's been a wonderful experience. I do want to make sure that I honor our fellows that are here with us and the reason why we're here. So Amanda, Deidre, Gracie, Ulysses, Sherry, and of course Val, who has been doing this work consistently for a number of years. I also want to acknowledge our student participant, right? Sasha. We were all captivated by Sasha, right? We learned that just a few short years ago, he only knew 20 words of English, yet he captivated the audience, right? By his rendition and his experience of Val's unit. You can tell that this experience was life-changing for him, right? We saw that just 2 years ago when Elijah was here, right? That was the other time that I had the opportunity of being here. Our students that have the opportunity to come here and stand before us with so much confidence, right? They're able to speak so eloquently. You would never know that they were just littles, right? They have so much passion, and you can tell that they are forever changed. We in RPS say that we love you here, right? We love you here truly in Y&I. We want to continue this process. As you've heard already, this is what we have. We do not have a local institute yet. We're working on it. We've been working on it year after year after year, but we're finally at a place where we're going to move forward. So we're super, super excited about that. In our group session, we talked about two main things. So one was increasing visibility. We wanted to make sure that everyone, or as many teachers and scholars as possible, have the great and rich experiences from these very intensive units that our fellows create, right? It's not lost on us that just a small percentage of our students have an opportunity to participate in these units. So we want to make sure that we expound upon those opportunities. And so we talked about several things. Let me look at my notes to make sure that I don't forget any of the great things that we discussed. here. And I didn't bring up my glasses that I need to read. One of our levers is ensuring that we have visibility across our principals. So getting before them monthly in one of their sessions to be able to present to them the great work that happens here at Y&I. It's really important that we get other cheerleaders on our bandwagon so that they can advocate right alongside us so we can ensure that we're getting the message out. The more boots on the ground we have, the more apt we are going to be to get that visibility that we really seek. We also talked about professional learning, ensuring that we provide spaces for our teachers to learn about these units. I believe one of my colleagues here has already spoken about how our fellows take so much time to deeply immerse themselves in study and research, not just in the 2-week intensive that they're here, but those weeks that they spend in preparation for developing these high quality units. It is not lost on me that you can't just supplant a unit into a curriculum unit that's already developed without that deep understanding, without the proper internalization, without the true understanding, right, behind those units. So professional learning led by our fellows is going to be really important to ensure that we're able to scale. Thank you for agreeing already. To scale this work so that we can have much more exposure. We also wanted to connect with our talented and gifted program because we often forget about those scholars, right? We're so focused on intervention and we're so focused on our students that just need some additional support. It's often a lot easier to build in these high quality units into some of those talented and gifted programs. So ensuring that we connect with those folks that lead that program. It falls in my shop, so I think I can make it happen. And also recruitment fairs. We know that one of our retention strategies is recruitment. And so to have Y&I emphasized at our recruitment fairs is really going to make a huge impact because we've heard from fellow after fellow after fellow, they were really close to leaving the teaching profession. Prior to engaging in an experience like this, they were ready to let go. And because they were reinvigorated through this process, they have continued on, right? And so if we can get more of our teachers to understand the value of this really high quality professional learning, right? And this deep, rich learning through the development of units in Y&I think we will be able to encourage other folks to join our ranks. So that was one thing, increasing our visibility. The other piece was really all in, jumping into developing our local initiative, right? So we've done a lot of work led by Val and others to ensure that we are establishing those partnerships. And so we have some very clear steps in mind for our work once we go back to Richmond. And so we will be meeting with the Virginia Commonwealth University, the Office of Engagement, to ensure that we have those folks on board. The next piece will be about our Y&I showcase and inviting key players throughout the community, not only in the at VCU, but also within RPS and within the local community surrounding us as well. And then most importantly is securing that funding, right? So making sure that we have the funding in place so that we can get our local initiative off the ground. So those were the two main focus areas. It sounds like it's little, but it's huge, right? There's quite a bit of work that has to happen for that to take place. And so we're really, really excited about continuing this effort. One other thing that we say in RPS is we teach, we lead, and most importantly, we serve with love. So we are going to continue that effort through Y&I. We are going to continue to show up. We're going to continue our application process so RPS can show up year after year, but not just here, also with the development of our local initiative as well. So thank you so much. We're so honored to be here. We'll be back.